Oh, hang on a minute. Let's see. Nope. All right. Well, I think we're live. We're checking things here. Hang on a minute. We are playing with something new here. And I thought this would have done all this, but I guess it didn't. All right. I think we're all set now. Finally, I don't know. We're actually we've added our new Zoom app, and so we're just playing with this here right now and trying to see how this is working. So bear with me. I know it's showing up on my screen on my desktop, but it's not showing up anywhere else. But let's see here. Anyways. Okay. Well, let's go with it. Anyways. Okay. Yep, it's showing up. So, hey, welcome everyone. It is Monday, the day before New Year's Eve. So, I hope everybody is doing great this day. We've got a lot of good things going on here. So, I just want to share with you a little bit about that. And we're going to do I'm going to do a screen share, but on this topic today, hang on a second here, still playing. Learning this. I use Zoom all the time, but I upgraded my Zoom account over the weekend, and this allows us to broadcast via Zoom and then live, and gives us a lot of other tools. So kind of pumped for that a little bit. We'll see how this goes. And with that being said, forgot what I was doing. Anyway, okay. Well, we're going to be talking about understanding what makes your contacts tick. Okay. And I'm going to attempt to share my screen on here. And actually, I have a workbook. This workbook is in the members area. And so let's see here. Let's see what we can do. We will share, let's see. And we're going to share our workbook, okay? And this here is in my linked up. Oh, it's actually, this works for our Facebook and LinkedIn strategies. But again, working to reach 100 million people, with our message, with our water safety message, and to show up on over 2.45 billion people's news feeds. Okay, so let's jump into this because we want to know what makes them tick. So understanding what makes them tick. This is what we call your value identifiers. So we're going to look at this and we're going to add a value identifier to your contacts, so you will be able to know who it is you're wanting to reach and who you want to talk to, because there are many, as it says right here, there are many psychological and social forces that go into your ideal contacts' actions and behaviors of what they do day to day. To be able to build the best profitable relationships it helps you really to understand what shapes their view of the world. And I think when we're talking water safety, drowning prevention, oh, by the way, I do have my coffee here, so see here. So I do have my coffee. So there you go. But I think you need to understand, basically how they view themselves, how they view the world, and in turn, it may help them how they view your message and what you're all about. The majority of our decisions are decided in the subconscious mind, and the unconscious parts of our mind motivates people to communicate, to communication and build those relationships that they're looking to build. That's because people don't buy into what you want the relationship for, okay? They buy into the benefits or what the relationship will bring and mean to them. Or in this case, when you have a relationship, if you're part of the Kelsey Code, I'm sure you're part of the Kelsey Code not because you want to help me or what that is. It's really what you can gain from this relationship and the value that I can bring, or that I work every day to bring to the community. And so we can help you reach more people, but that also helps us because we are constantly marketing and pushing our message out there. So I want you to think of your ideal contact in their before state, okay? They have yet to experience what you know, okay? So if you're teaching swim lessons, then that is, something they don't. The importance of why they need to start at an early age. So now picture them with after they have stated to have that relationship with you. So if they've started that relationship with you, what has changed in them? That's the after state, and what benefits have they received as a result of you having that relationship with them, as you have learned how to serve them better. So the better you can understand their journey, the easier it will be to relate to them, okay, and generate more topics and ideas for, content strategy. So if we are always looking for creating more content to reach more people, don't forget your coffee. But if you're always looking to create more content and things in that area, then this would be very, very important, in that, because, we're always looking for things to do. So let's jump into, this is the environment. So develop your ideal contact value identifier map. The environment gives you the opportunity to see this from your contact's point of view. So for example, what does a typical day look like for them? Okay. And you got to picture this not as them, not as you, but as them. What does their environment consist of? And what kind of offers do they see? In other words, if you've got an offer, or you're looking at a message or information, education, you have a product to sell, you have whatever that is, but it solves a problem. So what are they currently seeing right now? Okay. The emotions outlined, what thoughts and feelings and happening in their mind of the contact. So let's get into the emotions. What worries are keeping them up at night? This is not the same as pain points. Okay, this is something that keeps them up at night. This probably explains why I have issues sleeping. I get up in middle of the night, sometimes 3, 4 o'clock. And my mind is racing and I can't sometimes go back to sleep because I'm thinking about the day. I'm thinking about all the things I have to do. And those, I guess, are probably worries and how I'm going to accomplish everything I need to get done and speak to people in that process. Describe how their pain points are making them feel. Okay. I don't want to make this, if you've seen anything from me, I've had a weekend full of events on myself, my own personal situations, and my health. That's a whole nother story for another day. But again, those are pain points. These are things that I've brought into my life and I've created. So again, if somebody wanted to speak to me about that, that would be very important to understand. Influences, okay, focus on who influences your contacts. So in other words, what influences do they have? Family. That's a big one. That's a big one in my life. A lot of my behaviors, a lot of my actions and how I feel and emotionally and everything are influenced by my family. It's also influenced by my friends and also influenced by my business colleagues. So you want to get in their mind. So what influences would your contacts, the people you want to have a discussion with, what do they have going on? Thought leaders. So what thought leaders do they have in the world? Social platforms, websites, blogs. Okay. Are they on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram? Okay. Well, take a look at their connections. Take a look at what it is that they're, talking about. And then now you'll have a better understanding. What books do they read? Are they listening to podcasts? I mean, if they're listening to our podcast, then that would probably tell you that they're interested in water safety and some of the topics that we talk about. So again, and then we get into action and behaviors and focus on what your contact is trying to do in order to reach their goals. Okay. What methods are they employing to reach their goals? And we're going to talk about goals tomorrow because it's New Year's Eve. And so I'm not going to have a workbook or anything. We're just going to have a real quick coffee chat and talk a little bit about that. So are those methods working for them? Why or why not? So that would be important to understand. If they're trying to teach their children how to swim and float and they've never done that before, I'm sure the results that they may be getting may not be the best. Or if they're using somebody who may not be certified or trained, or they're going to a swim school and that for the last 6 months and their child still can't put their face in the water, there's some serious issues with that. So we need to address those. So where is there a gap between what they say and what they do? So also look and see what they're talking about, and then what they're doing. Does that, people, we've all heard the saying, people don't practice what they preach sometimes. What does the products have that they purchase, past or present? So products or services, things like that. So if you can have an idea on that, that's fine. You want to write these out, but do they typically buy for a quick fix, or are they looking for value? And I think when we talk about water safety, I believe that it must be value based, because drowning prevention is not a quick fix. Obviously, if it was a quick fix, we would have solved this problem a long time ago. And so we wouldn't be seeing in our news feeds all these drownings, bathtub drownings, and all these things that are going on. So it's not a quick fix. So it has to be based on the value side of things. So in a transformation that we're bringing into people's lives. And then we want to look at objections and obstacles. What are their pain points? Okay. What are obstacles? Okay, or what obstacles are they currently that's currently preventing them from alleviating their pain points and reaching their goals? Okay, again, tomorrow we're going to be talking about goals, and I learned something here last week about goals. I've never looked at that, the setting goals that way, and that is definitely something I'm going to put into my 2020 program as far as our goals. About daily actions. So what risks do they have to assume? So, is there, or are there any risks that they're assuming around, what it is they're doing? And I think when we're talking water safety, I mean, we can make a long laundry list of risks and things like that. What would their objections be to why they couldn't work for you? Okay, why they couldn't work for you or with you? I guess in that case. So if you have a solution, something in that line, why, what would their objections be? Why would they say they couldn't? Would it be money? I mean, realistically, money's I think money's a simple problem to solve for the most case. They got to want to solve the problem, and so I think that's where all that's coming into play. So and then success outlines their goals and how they obtain it. So let's look at the successes. What are their goals? So you can see a lot of this is focused on goals, but we're looking at their goals, not your goals, but their goals. So let's identify some of their goals. What do they hope to achieve after alleviating their pain points? So again, this is about the transformation, having success. If we can alleviate the pain point and make their children safer around water where they can float, you know, um, what do they hope to achieve after that? So what is their goal behind having their child successfully complete a program with you, for example? How would they have overcome their pay points? So how have they overcome this? You may have to look at other people you've worked with, at other maybe other instructors, other businesses, other leaders, organizations, things like that, to determine that if you have not achieved that yourself, what does their after state look like? Okay, so again, this is kind of, we're taking them from point A. So you want to learn everything about them in the beginning, and we're taking them through this whole journey, really, and what is the outcome that they want. So, and sometimes I think it's easier to take this and work this workbook or write these down in backwards and reverse engineer this. So let's start with the successes. What are these things? And then kind of work these back. I mean, you can do it either way. You can start from the beginning, or you can start from the back and reverse engineer this. So again, it works. This workbook is in the members area. It is part of our linked up strategy. If you have availability to that, that's fine. But there are some action items. What should you be working on in this case? Well, once you've fully completed this ideal contact value identifier and map this out, then I would want you to start thinking about different types of topics that would be good for you to for your content strategy. In other words, what you're going to put out there. And then move on to your ideal contact mapping, which we're going to cover after New Year's, but we're just going to kind of go into that after New Year's. But anyways, let's see here. We're going to let's see how this works. Okay. Now, if I do this right, because when I did this on Facebook, it disconnected, it ended the Facebook Live. So I'm on my new Zoom program where we can broadcast live into Facebook and YouTube, things like that. So if I do this right, when I stop my share, you should be left with me. So let's see. All right. It says we're still live, so you should be seeing my talking head, my face. And but with that being said, really appreciate everybody being here and all that good stuff. I've got my Drowning Warrior mug. This is my movement. Join the movement. I had said Friday that we would work on a mug for our coffee break. I didn't get around to doing that. So hey, let me ask you guys a question. What do you guys think of my shirt? Oh, you can't see it, can you? Okay, it's save 185. I really like these shirts. Really like these shirts. But I've got a few of these shirts like this with our logo and our business name and everything on it. It does strike up conversation with people when we wear these shirts and we wear these things in around our community or other places. People look at that and they wonder what it is. It says, it talks about, it indicates that the Kels Group, okay, that's a subsidiary. Our business is actually Save 185K LLC. Some people think, I want to save $185,000. No, that's not what it is. It's about saving 185,000 lives. The Kels Group and the Drowning Warriors, which is part of our podcast, and then it says the Kelsey Code. So it opens the door. So think about that. Think about getting something with your organization, your business name on it for 2020. I think maybe that might help you strike up some conversations there also. Let me see here. Let me double check to see if we have any questions. Well, my wife says she's here, so all right. Anyhow, so with that being said, guys, we are going to end this little conversation here now. So hopefully this worked out good on my Zoom simulcast, because actually I can start sending out a link too. So maybe give me some feedback. Should I send a link out to everyone where they can join outside the Facebook group? Because this is actually a webinar format where people can register. They can register and show up, and they can see this either live via the Zoom link, or they can see this via the Facebook Live. And so, but this is our first time doing this. So, hey, there's Vest Boy back there. He's all happy. And you didn't see him. He was behind Sandy the other day. So keep an eye out for them. We're working on some skits and a few things with our podcast and everything. So, hey, guys, we've got other things we have to do today. We got a busy morning. So we've got to end this here. I've been on here long enough anyways. So I've got my coffee. I'm going to finish that up. And you guys have a great day. Whatever you're doing, planning, reflecting on the year, setting your goals. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking goals and goal setting. I learned something I've never heard of this approach before. Well, I won't say I never heard it. Probably have. The point of that is I just never looked at it that way. And it makes a lot of sense. And if you're struggling with, sticking to your goals and sticking to things and making things happen, it's about consistency and showing up every day, doing what it is you need to do each and every day. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that for just a little while, because it is New Year's Eve and I know people are busy. And then we will also be here on New Year's Day talking about just for a little quick, first show on New Year's Day. So, hey guys, you're all awesome. Have a great day. We will, we'll just see y'all later. Now to figure out how to stop this thing. Oh, there it is. It says stop recording. Or no, that's stop recording. Stop live stream. I think that's the one we want. All right. See you guys.